There's 4 levels in Site 4, excluding the top level, the surface, which is basically a hangars with the satellite. There's try not too much to it, but the levels are all operated. There's the first and second levels are all elevator where they keep the flying disc, ships, whatever you want to call it. They bring it to the surface. Right when I was there, they were trying to operate the disc, but to my viewing, unsuccessfully. There's scientists there. I've personally witnessed White House officials being there. Right now I'm basically kind of scared. I mean, I'm on the run. I don't know what everything holds for me. I just want to get this out in the open. This is a very vast complex.
Big place, huh?
Big place. The elevators are right here. There's 4 elevators. 3 and 4 are extremely security. There are no sentries down at 3 or 4. And the levels of 3 and 4, I don't know what goes on down there. I heard something about an EBI or EB down there. I'm not too familiar with what it is, but as you get off the elevators, you get off, and this is level 2. You walk in, the bays are over here. They're all separated by like an automatic doors that open and close each bay. Walk down, there's 5 on each side. There's a hallway right there, and each of these bays have elevators. It'll bring them all the way to the top. It'll bring the whole floor all the way up with a hydraulic system. Now, as you walk down, there's a lot of machinery right here, which I have no recollection of what it does. I believe I've never been in that area. My job was to be a sentry for these 3 gates and up above in the level complex, and sometimes I would be walking down here escorting people. Now, over on this, there's a hallway down here that breaks off, which is there's a big computer system right here. I believe it's a computer system. I'm not going to say for sure. Right here is a level. There's 7 tubes. These tubes are about 2 feet in width. They're about 6 feet in height.
They stand on end?
They stand on end on end. Now, as you walk in and you look at these tubes, I'm just going to draw a picture of one. They're all exactly the same, and the creatures inside are completely identical. There's absolutely no way that I can see of identifying each and every one of them individually. Now there's an aluminum part right here. I don't know if it's covering genitals of them or not, but the rest is filled with the solution. There's a couple tanks right here. I don't know if they're oxygen. I don't know what they hold. There's no identifying marks on them whatsoever. There's absolutely no air in the tanks. It's all solution. And the grays are just in here, right here. They're suspended, so I imagine they're being clamped somehow, some way to hold them in this where their feet is completely off the ground and stuff like that. And under here, there's about a 1-foot pedestal of black iron steel. It's polished, but it looks like a black polished anodized iron. Now the things inside, resemble what everybody sees in The only thing that's different about him from what I see on all the pictures is the eyes appear to be have deteriorated, or they look like prunes. They're like your fingers get pruned. They're all shriveled up, and you can't see no eye sockets, and there's no visible eyelids or anything like that. They have a grayish, like a grayish pigmentation. It's not scaly or anything. It's like a pigmentation. There's no apparent hair on them. There's little holes, not really slits, but a little hole, maybe an ear cartilage. I don't know if you're hearing. Slits are really kind of small for the nose and the mouth. The bodies themselves are very, very thin. They appear not to have any breast or navel or anything like that. Not that I can see.
Yeah.
I wasn't able to sit and study them in full view for a while. I don't think I have heard talk there that I know their systems aren't like ours, but they're very thin and they look very, very frail.
He was assigned to SEAL Team 6. He said that he was a security guard at level 2 of S-4 in Area 51, and he described Area S-4 as a facility occupying at least 4 levels. He was aware of 4. He worked on level 2. He had passed through level 1. He never saw level 3 or level 4 because no military people were allowed below those levels. Only people with very specific clearances could go to level 3 and level 4. He described level 2 in considerable detail to us, and he said level 2 consisted of 9 hangar bays, I guess you would call them, because they were the size they would hold a small airplane. And there were circular disc-shaped craft in 7 of the 9 bays. He described the floor layout, he described the security posts, the guard positions, an area where bodies were stored in large glass cylinders. He described special equipment, he described the monitoring equipment, the security system to go down to levels 3 and 4. He said that they were never allowed down there. Only specially cleared people with very specific clearances, which included a plastic card with magnetic information in it, a handprint, and a right eye retina scan, and put their eye to a little camera. And if they passed, they could go down. If not, their instructions were to arrest them immediately and have somebody from above come down and get them.
What convinced you that Hennesy told you the truth?
We only have looking him in the eye and talking to him. We've analyzed his voice during the narration. Doesn't show any signs of stress. We've heard rumors of some details inside from others that has never been released or published. So unless they were on the inside circle and knew what was being held back, most people would never know the information that he gave us. Most of the information that he gave us checked with other information we already had, and it has checked since with other information that we have acquired since the time we interviewed him.